long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Poodoo! Dude, I love it! Oh my god! I was
really
just
cool.
headbanging like crazy.
Yep.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Wow.
Oh man, we gotta thank Chris. Welcome to Shooting the Poodoo, everybody. That is our new intro, courtesy of Chris Ryans.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What a man.
That was rocking. God, that is so awesome. And if anybody recognized that badass song, that came from the first episode of Ahsoka. Holy shit. Finally, we got it, guys.
Times two.
First two episodes.
Two of them.
And who else was extremely happy about this 9 o'clock on a Tuesday?
I thought it was really cool. I hope
Time
all
change.
the shows start this going for it.
This is the move.
Yeah.
This is the way.
Wow. Right?
This is
the way.
definitely the way,
Like
Claire.
the way it used to be on regular TV when we would watch
Exactly.
our episodes, like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, right?
Yes!
It's like, oh,
Yes!
you're just in time, go home, eat dinner with the family, and then time to watch the show.
And I'm
Yep.
so sorry to the
Wow.
Australians who previously kind of had this sort of setup because
Exactly. Now we have
that sucks for them. Sorry, guys.
yeah.
Our bad, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
USA,
Well,
USA.
I guess it's because
But now
of
we
how-
get to watch our stories at a decent hour.
right. That's like, everybody's waking up. We're waking up at 3 a.m. here on the East Coast, right? You guys got it at 12, which is a little easier to manage. I could
It is, but it's tough in the morning. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, unless you get up super early. But
Yeah,
whatever. Oh.
yeah. And I'm setting my alarm like for like the Mando and some other stuff. Like I think Andor, I was just like, you know what, I'll wait till I get home. But
I value my sleep.
Thank you, Claire.
that
I like
3
what
a.m.
Claire's
shit
talking
was
about.
tough.
Yeah,
It was
It's
tough.
important.
it is
You
important.
need that.
I think with the Mandalorian, it was so new at the time, like, and we were just so excited for this new live action Star Wars that we were getting that I was just like, I gotta see this. I don't want anyone to ruin it.
Sure.
Yeah, I
You
did
know?
that for Mando. I definitely did. I was
Yeah.
also like, I had a much different work schedule. So I
Right.
like didn't work until the night, the day after it came out, you know?
Mhm.
So I could like just nap in the middle of the day. But that's
Nice.
I now have a job where I literally talk to people all
Yeah.
day. And could you imagine the conversations I would have with prospective candidates?
I know
After
how
hosting.
that goes.
You're
Yeah.
just
It's
what
like
is-
you got to be
what?
present, right? And it's like if
Yeah.
it's one of those mornings where things aren't going well and people are talking to you about something important, you're all, huh?
Like, I need you to repeat that about 8 more times, and then I'll get it.
I know that it's not easy.
No. Oh.
So, besides Michael, I know you didn't really watch Rebels much, right?
I watched bits and pieces.
Okay. And so coming into Ahsoka with these new characters that we haven't seen live action that everyone was so excited about who has seen Rebels. I mean, like for you, Mike, what was it like going in?
Well, I was a fan of her performance in Mando, so I was excited for her to have her own show. And I'm also a fan of Rosario Dawson, so that also helps. But yeah, going in, I felt as though the episodes were cool. They were fine. I think they were okay openers. There were spots that seemed important that I did not know anything about because I did not watch Rebels. I mean, I wasn't aware until the following day that I thought this happened in Rebels, but it didn't. The whole, Ahsoka and Sabine not being on the same page. I thought that was like something that happened in the show. But
Right.
no, we don't know what happened yet, which makes me feel a lot better after seeing the first episode. I was like, why are they arguing? Like, I feel as though I just started reading a Marvel comic that wants me to read stuff before it. but this one says #1 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
just like, but this says #1 on it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, so again, I'm a fan of Mary Elizabeth Winstead. So she was great. Clancy Brown's in this episode. There's people, David Tennant, like there's characters, there's actors that I like. And the music was really, really good. So I was engaged and stuff. I will say some of the conversations felt very like monotone, but maybe that's because of the tension between Sabine and Ahsoka that we don't know.
Awkwardness.
The awkwardness. But yeah, I thought for a person who didn't really know who these characters were, I thought it was fine. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm excited to see more, especially what we saw towards the end.
Right.
And what they're going to do, what they're going to explore, because that's going to be new for everybody. So,
in my opinion, because like this is like when I talk to you about it, you know, and my wife, she never watched Rebels either. And also,
for the record, I do want to watch Rebels. I'm going to. I just need I need to have video games
Rebels
stop
recap.
coming out.
Yeah.
With you.
Okay. I'm actually for that.
I would totally love to do that. I think that'll be so much fun.
I have been rewatching. I have
I'm
been
for that.
rewatching, and actually today, just a little side note. Today, I got to season 2, episode 14. I posted on Twitter about it. The Legends of Lasat episode. The Legends of the Lasat episode, dude. Low key, probably one of the best episodes of that season. It is the most beautiful fucking episode ever. I mean, it is so gorgeously done. It's so well done. And then the score at the end, the goddamn like interstellar, like freaking cello and like bass, freaking just like, oh my God. I'm like, what is happening right now? This is like topped and like, and it's just the way that it looked with the galaxy, like this freaking huge gravity fucking well thing going on or whatever. And Zeb. And like, I'm like, this is like, if they were able to recreate this live action, which doesn't actually need to happen, the way it is in animation is perfect. I was just so blown away about how amazing that episode was, and just like the way that was all thrown together. And I'm like, this is a cartoon.
It's pretty special.
It's like, what the fuck?
It is pretty special.
So good, man. And it was just like the whole mystery of the Force with the Lasat and how they and like how their culture interacts with it, and with that crazy freaking wise lady, and just how kooky she was. It was kind of like she was like the Yoda of like, oh my God, it was so good. So freaking good. I just feel like that episode doesn't get enough credit.
It doesn't. And also, you were mentioning the score. You can feel in this Ahsoka, these first 2 episodes, you can feel that it is like every minute of the score is oozing with Star Wars animation, because it's Kevin Kiner doing his first Star Wars show.
Right.
And he did all of the orchestration. He did all the music for the
Claire.
animated series. He did both of them. And literally I was sitting there going, themes from all of my favorite shows.
But that. Oh my God, it's so great that you brought Kevin Kiner up, because that's exactly what I was feeling like when I saw that Lasat episode, and I'm like, man, I'm really feeling that in the Ahsoka show, with like that mysterious, like this new step into the Force, and like now we're going to another freaking galaxy, and holy shit. Spoilers, everybody. Spoilers. You guys are in here. There's spoilers.
Yeah.
We're spoiling this first 2 episodes. So I'm sorry. But yeah, we're spoilers. Spoilers.
I mean, come on.
Wow. Like, wow. It makes me happy. Makes me so happy, because like the people I know, the small pool I know of people who've already watched the 2-episode premiere who have not seen any Star Wars animation, I feel like they do not have the same critique that I have. Yeah. Because I know these characters, I know where we left off. Right. There's some space in between that clearly I don't know about. But I know it's a lot of it is getting to meet these characters and figure out who they are and how they're related to each other. And they do a great job spelling that out, I feel, in these first 2 episodes. But I found that I thought it was super slow. The dialogue was slow. I wanted that he does. Faster and more intense is the mantra that I kept spouting. I'm just like, I feel like 18 heartbeats in between beats in this conversation.
There wasn't
I'm just
a
like,
sense
wow.
of urgency.
No, yeah, it definitely is taking its time. But I also think that pace to a lot of the people that don't know these characters might be okay.
Mm-hmm.
The people I know that haven't watched any Star Wars animation, don't know anything about it,
right,
have given 2 thumbs up so far. So I'm like, okay, cool. Good
yeah.
vibes. Good vibes. Yeah,
what about you, Mark? How you been feeling?
It's complicated. Because I agree with what Claire says and Mike says that like there are some elements I really like. I love Balin. Like he's just cool to look at. Like I said, he reminds me of my friend Boz so much. So it's like it's as close as we ever got to seeing our friend in a Star Wars project. So it's a little sad, but I love it. Yeah. And there's other elements I really like, but yeah, we're missing a chunk of stuff here. And I hope we do get an explanation as to how we got to this point, right? Because having seen Rebels, I'm still a little bit kind of thrown off, right? And I don't feel like the characters quite match up. It's a little weird. It almost feels like Sabine's like on Ezra's journey, which is weird to me. But I was like, okay, I mean, there's a reason for all of it, and we're gonna see it all spelled out. But I just felt that it needed more oomph. And you know, this is not Andor. It's not a slow burn, you know, and this is Dave's baby. So I'm a little surprised that we didn't get a 1-2 punch in these 2 episodes. Like, you know, because I mean, look at The Mandalorian. The end of the first episode, everyone's jaw dropped. I mean, we were like, okay, we got to see what happens, right?
Yeah.
And obviously we have a journey now. We have an idea of where this is going, and we know it's leading to Thrawn, right? And hopefully Ezra in whatever form he's in. Who knows what happened, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it was to me, I was a little underwhelmed. And that's unfortunate because I think we waited for this for quite a long time, and I really was looking forward to this. And I watched it, I'm like, okay, that isn't quite what I expected. And like I said, it's not all about me, but at the same time, I just think it just needed a little bit more oomph to launch this off.
I guess when you're like, because I can understand what you're feeling here when I think about what they just revealed to us with this freaking map, right?
Yeah,
it seemed underwhelming.
Yeah,
like to them on the show.
Yeah,
to me, I'm like, oh my god,
another
galaxy,
and then they just threw in there that what's her name, a Night Sister. I'm like,
okay. See, I didn't know that because that was in the Mandalorians. That was in the Mandalorians visual dictionary. So I've had this in the back of my head, like, what's our spooky bitch gonna be up to? What's our spooky Bruce Lee's goddaughter gonna be up to?
Right, exactly.
So we learned that she's a Night Sister, you know, which was freaking cool.
Can we talk about her for a minute?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Break it down.
Morgan Elsbeth. Okay.
Yes.
So the whole deal in Arthurian legend, Morgan Le Fay, witchy, vibey, you know.
Even the name Elsbeth.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But Morgan, in Arthurian legend, there is a knight named Sir Marok. Literally the name of this ex-Inquisitor character, Marok. It's literally Morgan Le Fay turns a knight.
Marok.
Facts stacked. But Morgan Le Fay turns Marok into a wolf, turns a knight into a wolf. Dave Filoni and his damn wolves. Who's the wolf that got turned into this knight? Or the knight that got turned into her Inquisitorious Marok? It's in the name. It's Morgan and Marok. It's in the thing. And who the fuck is it? And it clearly they're implying, according to the databank on StarWars.com.
I thought about that too.
But here's the problem with that. The databank on StarWars.com, which is canon, gives you tiny little nuggets of information, said that they were an Inquisitor.
Yeah, that's true. I say he's the last Inquisitor from what I understand, is what I was reading. Yeah.
But obviously doesn't have a number, not the 8th, 9th, 18th, whatever, brothers.
Well, you learn in the Red Blade, Rise of the Red Blade, that they don't take their number or whatever, their Inquisitor name, until they're ready to take it, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, because like Iskat or whatever was called Iskat even when she was going on missions Starting off with the Inquisitors, and then when she was ready, I think she was like the 13th sister. I couldn't remember. There's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If we think about the imagery of the wolves, though, I can think of 3 Force-using people.
Oh, he's all about the wolf
anything to do with the wolves. I know it's Dave, but if you think about the knight turning into the wolf kind of imagery, we think of Plo Koon. That guy went boom. I guess we didn't see a body, but we know Dave loves that guy. He has, the wolf pack is his.
We do know that Inquisitors are ex-Jedi.
Yes. Kanan, that guy's dead too. But we hear both of their voices in the Force
Night
at the
Sisters
end
can bring things back to life.
That's true. But then also it could be Ezra, because Ezra is a wolfy boy too. But if it is Ezra, why is Thrawn still off who the fuck knows where? And how did he get back here?
Yeah.
And why didn't he give Sabine a call?
And it makes a lot of sense because of the Purrgil, right? Taking them across the galaxy and them being on the map.
And Baylan saw the Purrgil in the clouds when they were opening up the map because they took a little trip ski back here.
We saw the Purrgil in the one show. Remember, it was in they were
on the Mandalorian. Yeah.
Mandalorian
I thought but I still remember the reactions on here to that episode.
Dan was losing his mind.
Dude, all I've been thinking about is Purrgil lately. And today I've been thinking a lot about him because I saw the Purrgil episode and on Rebels. And I don't think the Purrgil are native to the Star Wars galaxy.
No, they gotta be from
because they could be from that other galaxy,
they could be from any galaxy.
That's
they can travel from galaxy to galaxy.
This is the first time we're going to travel to a different galaxy.
And Ezra
they can jump around
far away from the Skywalkers. Thank God.
Also, Lauren has a point as well.
Yeah, that's another thing that's been brought up too.
Because if you think about the beauty, the parallel of having Anakin Skywalker's Padawan face Darth Vader's Padawan. Not Starkiller as we know him, but wasn't his last name Merrick?
Yeah,
Starkiller's last name.
He is credited in the show too, isn't he?
Yeah, but he
does voices though. Yeah, exactly. He voices everything.
His armor chest plate had almost like a T kind of like thing. It like comes up right here. I don't know if it was like, and it comes up right here and splits across and does like a little thing. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. I wanted to find one earlier, but I had to get the baby to sleep, and
I was too distracted by that ass that I didn't pay attention to.
Dude, that thing is like a turkey leg, like an ostrich leg.
It could be, just a design to accentuate the chesticles. Who knows? But
I mean,
like those pants, man. There's
ass and titties, my friends.
Man.
But all in all, I mean that choreography was pretty cool. Another thing I really loved was what was it? What was going on? What's going on?
I think I broke Rogue.
Someone said ass and titties.
Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it because I don't know if it's anything at all. Maybe I was just seeing something, but I swear to God, that moment when he was squaring up with Ahsoka, I wanted to get a better look at it, and maybe it's nothing.
Yeah.
But there was just like something on it that looked like some sort of design, and I wanted to look at it further to see if it was anything. But I don't know. Maybe it's nothing because I can't find a goddamn picture of it.
Maybe it's nothing.
Brian,
I don't know. I was just looking for. I was looking for anything. I was just this like. I try. When you're trying to figure out like a mysterious character like that, you're trying to find any clue or anything to see if like you could find out who the hell it is. I mean, it's just Ezra. Like, I'm just trying to think of the Ezra theory where it's just like how, like you said, Claire, like they both disappeared together across the goddamn universe.
And they could be on the same side.
Like, how the hell is he just some now Inquisitor dude?
Yeah, it's just an idea, right?
But also, if you think about it, what could be is they are spending a lot of time together in the middle of Bumblefuck, and he's probably sitting there, Thrawn, telling him about the risk of the Grisk and what's coming for everybody's galaxies. And Ezra might be like, "Oh wait, yeah, maybe we should get them forces together."
Wait, what's coming for everyone's galaxy? What did you say?
Oh, so according to the canon, Timothy Zahn, Star Wars, the new ones that started coming out in 2017.
The Essential, all those ones?
Yeah. Well, the original 3 and then the new ones that he's doing now.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So all of those.
I didn't read, I only read the first one. I didn't.
They're so good. But you find out that the reason that Grand Admiral Thrawn decides to leave the Chiss Ascendancy and come to our Star Wars galaxy was to appeal to Palpatine, to appeal to the Emperor, and to potentially unite forces against an outside force of aliens called the Grisk. Horrifying.
Okay. I think
horrifying, terrifying.
This. I think I kind of remember this.
And that it's basically a outside invading force that is going to come for us all.
The Yuuzhan Vong. Okay, they just changed the name. Of the group.
Yeah,
okay.
you know.
All right.
Well, yeah, I'm not.
We're coming.
But that's nice, though. I mean, it's like an outside threat, right? Because it doesn't always have to be the Empire.
That's who they're going to see.
An iteration of it. You know, I mean, it's like that would be fun. See, that's what I'm saying. We get a whole new galaxy to play with.
Wait,
like,
I've been waiting for them. I've been waiting for them to show up and slide on the floor in their socks and do a little grisky business. I've been waiting years for this.
The Chiss are from another galaxy. I thought the Chiss were just from wild space.
They're from the unknown regions.
Unknown regions. Yeah. So like that's just unexplored parts of the galaxy. Not another galaxy.
I think it's the same galaxy.
I'm pretty sure it's all in the same galaxy. It's just the unexplored, uncharted parts of it.
Yeah.
Like which
are hard to navigate because the hyperlanes are changing.
Where they just went into the Lasat episode. It was in the uncharted. It was in the unknown region.
Yeah, and it's where the First Order camps out.
Yes.
While they gain strength.
And Exegol. Okay. So the Grisk, I guess he runs into them somehow. I guess they were exploring our galaxy and he knows about them somehow because of that.
Ron, in the novels, the Grisk begin attacks on the Chiss Ascendancy, which is located in the unknown regions. The attack has begun, and they basically send him to the Empire, which was the biggest known military force nearby. You know, the biggest SOS nearby. And so that's kind of his deal, is that he's working with them and infiltrating the ranks of the Empire in order to win the long game. And I think that maybe if he spends some time talking to Ezra and be like, hey, friends, much like in the Game of Thrones. No, it's never too much wine for Claire. Much like in the attack from the White Walkers in the Game of Thrones, we gotta, unite all of our forces. Cersei, why didn't you send your armies? We got Dothraki, and we got Unsullied and Northmen, and we've got everybody teaming together, and we got Wildlings all teaming together to defeat this outside thing that's gonna kill all of us. That's the Grisk. They're the White Walkers in the scenario. So.
Okay.
It could be Grisk. I think it'd be cool, but whatever now.
Yeah, and they might change up the name, because a lot of times, how. What is it? The planet now for the Night Sisters called Arcana? Is that what it is? Or one of the planets? Is that what it's referred to now? I can't remember. They were talking about it as well too. There was a new planet that was mentioned as well. And
Padilla?
Okay. No, I think it was Arcana was what the name of the planet they mentioned. But I'm like, okay, well, all these things get switched up a little bit, right?
Conspiracy theory: Arcanus, Canis, wolves, Dave Filoni. It's all connected.
Hey, that's just it, right? That's the way it goes. So, yeah.
Darkana? Is that what?
No.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I
gotta look it up.
I'm still taking this all in, right? I mean, it's we're getting what we knew, and it's kind of getting tweaked a little bit for this series, so. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be other little changes here and there.
They threw a lot at us. It's been a lot of years. You got to think of that. I mean, Ahsoka's 47 right now.
Years old?
Yeah, she's 47 years old in this show.
Jeez.
As a character.
So she's Rosario Dawson's age.
Not just Rosario Dawson.
I was like, so she's Rosario Dawson's age.
But Julie was actually wondering, because she was from what Julie remembers Ahsoka, but she was only seen her in Clone Wars. She hasn't like really seen her journey and the trauma that she suffered from going from, you know, fighting for the Republic and then the Republic turning their backs on her, charging her for treason, or that one episode, right? And the Jedi didn't back her the hell up. So she walks away from the Jedi. And then, you know, she's on her own for so long. And then freaking she finally finds out during the height of the, during the building of the rebellion, when helping the rebels, that Darth Vader's her old master, right? And then that's got to be traumatic, finding that shit out. And then, you know, Darth Vader dies, Luke kills her or whatever, but she's still dealing with all of that. Her training was from a man who became one of the most powerful, like, you know, people in the Empire. And, you know, so people are always wondering, like, with her character being so stoic and not as spunky as she used to be. And it's like, well, no fucking duh.
With some shit, yeah.
And I mean, she's 47. I mean, anybody at 47, I'm almost 40, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not the same way I was when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's changed. Life has jaded me. So it's like it happens.
Adulthood is thrusted upon me.
Yeah. It's just amazing.
I know not what to do.
It always surprises me when people talk about that. I mean, like Julie, like, she just seen the character at one point and then sees her at another point and doesn't see all the things that happened to them in the beginning. So it's like,
same,
you know, you're right. But
yeah,
when you know all of the history of the character, it makes a lot of sense. That's why with Luke in The Last Jedi, everyone was so fucking, you know, crazed because they remember confident, young, ignorant, you know, hubris Luke in Return of the Jedi, and then we get this curmudgeon old man who's been through some shit.
Yeah, he killed his dad. Give him a second.
There's a lot of,
and he signed all these kids up to get massacred too.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to protect. You know.
Speaking of traumatic events, look, here's another little theory. Like, what if Merrick turns out to be Calcestis?
It's just it just always amazes me.
No,
that would be an awesome twist.
Oh,
just another little theory, right?
That'd be wild. Not my Cal Kestis.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Not my handlebar wearing Cal Kestis.
I know, right?
Handlebar mullet Cal Kestis.
Not over here.
But I mean, speaking of Luke's school, I mean, we've got a lot we can explore with Ahsoka coming out, being in the timeline where there are so few Jedi left.
Yep.
I loved when Balin said that. And I'm like, yeah, you got to think, like, right now, Luke exists. He's got, he's starting this Jedi school, finding Force sensitive people. It's really amazing. And his character is so interesting, Balin's, right? Like, because he's not evil. He's just selfish at this point and jaded, I would have to say.
Yeah, I think they're going to do some sort of thing where, like, he walked away from the Jedi on the same, like, him and Ahsoka are more alike than they seem. Like, they may have walked away from the Jedi for similar reasons.
I like him.
But the way she handles it, the way he handles it is different. Yeah. But it's around the same. Yeah. So.
Yeah, he might be a lot more like Dooku than all these other folks, especially after what we saw him go through in the animated series.
The Tales.
Yeah, because that changed my perspective on that man quite a bit. You know, we saw a glimmer of that in the movies, but just seeing him and the way he thought about things, I was like, it was really food for thought. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's nice to have these characters that aren't just bad or good, right? You know, because and it's not that they can be easily turned either way. It's just that they have been through their own journey and they see things differently, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and so they have their own reasons why they ended up this way. And hopefully eventually, I don't know that we'll get to it in the show, but it would be cool to get his backstory. How did you get to this point, right? That's another interesting thing to think about, because he is a fascinating character. It's just so damn sad that he's passed away, though. The actor itself, so.
It really does suck. I loved how they put that little thing there for our friend Ray.
That was so sweet. Yeah,
very sweet. It was so nice.
His apprentice is dope too.
Yeah.
I love the pictures, the behind the scenes pictures, because you could tell they all got along really well, right?
Yeah.
He was a cool dude to be around. That makes it even more sad.
Yeah,
and you know, his character, the way he is, like how he isn't like this like Sith Lord who like hates the Jedi, wants any like other Force user eliminated. Like he doesn't want to kill any Jedi.
No, he doesn't get down like that. Yeah,
it makes my theory on like the blood orange blade a little bit more concrete, where he didn't like pour all of his hate and suffering and shit into it, but just maybe a little bit, anger and resentment, you know, just like some anger for the Jedi, some resentment, you know, like not like all of this suffering and shit like Vader would have done with his.
Yeah. I mean, that boy had a lot of problems. As he went going into being Vader, he had a lot of problems, a lot of anger pent up and everything. So
I killed my wife.
He turned out the way he did, you know. Yeah, no, it's interesting. And the other thing I'll say about the show is that I think that prequel fans were fed very well in that the feel and look of the beginning of this actual first episode. Really, I was like I was watching like a little mini version of the prequels, right? And I was like, oh, this is. This I remember this. I get this vibe, right?
Yeah,
I totally I understand where this is coming from. So that was cool.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon entrance in the I loved that little mirrored take on that, and it was so cool. Like you've got this like stuck up you know, New Republic captain, you know, he thinks he knows the whole freaking galaxy.
Yeah,
and they get this old Jedi code, and I just love Balin's like introduction where he's like, "You're making a mistake," and then all of a sudden he's like, "No need, I'll show you my identification." And I'm just like, yeah,
he doesn't need to do this. He just says,
it was like, screw that little
also,
trigger pull. That's it.
Little honorable mention for that scene. The only thing I have to say is Mon Calamari in a little helmet. That's all I have to say. And a little helmet. He was so cute. He was so cute. But he got killed real quick.
Yeah,
what is that helmet doing? Who's that protecting?
No one.
I can't.
No one.
You gotta love it. I love when we see more Mon Cals, like you know, more often.
They're all over the place on this episode. This first episode.
If they're not wearing little helmets, they're wearing cute little sweaters.
Yes.
Well, I just saw the episode with Quarry on Rebels, and I would, if they made a live action Quarry, I would probably fall over.
Oh yeah.
He's the one who constructed the B-wing.
Yeah.
What a king.
Yeah, it was. It's been a good show so far, and I'm excited for this freaking giant hyperspace ring that they're making.
Too.
And I hope they're to bring Hondo into all this, because come on, how could you not? Right?
The whole crew is here.
Come on, you gotta, especially where Ezra's concerned, right? Seriously,
you have to.
No, come on.
You think Hondo's
Oh my god.
It's the law.
I didn't even think about it. It is goddamn right, the law, Claire. Hondo has to freaking be in this. I didn't even think of it. I just was watching. I was like, I love him so much.
Yeah, Hondo's awesome,
especially older Hondo, where it's like he's kind of like he's a broken down pirate. Oh my god.
And he loves that's his boy, right? It's like
that's his buddy.
If he's like ends up being a contact or something, you know,
like something, even if it's just like a hologram at first, something, right? Give us a little nibble here, man.
Oh shit! God, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm just now thinking all about Hondo. I would love for him to be involved somehow, and he could easily be tied in without even.
You don't have to introduce him. Everybody be like, "Oh, who's this cool character? I love this." Right? Yeah, no.
Can we talk about Clancy Brown transcending from animation straight to the screen?
He is Ryder Azadi.
Flawless.
Yeah,
he is Governor Azadi.
He's so cool, man. I love just hearing that man talk.
Yes,
hearing that man talk is just cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
the Kurgan.
God, incredible.
And
Chopper, we had some like absolute, like, if anybody's essence was captured the best, it was Chopper.
It was Chopper, absolutely. And you can understand it a little better, right? They did it to where his voice like it's still that robotic voice, but it's made a little clearer so that kids are gonna love that character.
Oh my
God.
It's gonna
when he was
sell
searching
like crazy.
for the tracker, and he's like, where is it?
Like, you moved my shit.
I was just gonna say, who moved my
I didn't
shit?
touch it. And he was like, oh, here it is.
I didn't touch your stuff.
Exactly.
Oh, so good. Who's the actor that plays Hera?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Love it. And
Ramona Flowers.
Flowers.
I love the dynamic between the three of them, Hera, Ahsoka, and Sabine, because when you watch Rebels, again, I'm sorry, but it's just when you watch Rebels, there's an episode right at the beginning where Sabine is still trusting Hera, and she's having a hard time trusting Hera because of Fulcrum, which is, Ahsoka. So it's just kind of cool to see the way that has grown into what it is now, where like Hera and Ahsoka are like freaking, or they're boys, and then you've got because like Hera is not afraid to talk to Ahsoka, just like you know what I mean, like you can see the way that she talks to her. They're friends, they chat, and it's pretty cool. I love the dynamic.
I love that they captured Hera's maternal essence, because through the entire thing, she's everybody's space mom.
She is.
She moms everybody,
totally.
and she's there to be grounded and supportive and tell you the things like, maybe you guys should get along, kids.
Exactly.
She's told a 47-year-old Jedi that she needed a little structure.
Yeah, she did.
You know what? And you know what? I'll say one of the moments that I thought was very well put together, and I think hopefully highlights what we're to see ahead, was the scene with Sabine, in the hospital, and they're gonna come up and get the whatchamacallit, the whatever out of the HK's head, right? The information out of the HK's head, and the possibility that it might blow up. Huyang is there, hologram Hera's there, and the interaction between all of them right at that moment, I think, was perfect. That they need to kind of capture and keep doing more of that.
Yeah,
because we need to feel that like what you said, between the interactions, those interactions showing how history they've had. Because if people have missed out on it, that's fine. That doesn't mean you don't get to see how much these folks mean to each other. They've been through some shit and seen a lot of shit together. So it's like we need to really feel that, regardless of where you started on this journey.
Yeah.
Because that's what's important. Finding Ezra is going to be an emotional release, and I really, really hope there's a good build up to that moment. Because I want people who don't know what they've missed in Rebels to understand that there's a reason why that's such a big deal by the time we get to the end of this season.
I agree.
Why Ezra means so much to everybody.
Yeah.
I agree.
So you know what I'm saying? So we know, but I think you need to let people, who haven't watched it know. And so, I hope we get like little more moments of Sabine going back, of seeing the crew together.
Yeah.
Something to like make us feel like,
I was
oh my god, the family's back together. So
I can't imagine a live action Kanan flashback. I would literally shit my pants. I would not. Cool. I can't. I can't. I would sob.
Could they use Freddy? You think they could use Freddy?
Yeah, of course.
I think they could. I don't think Freddy would want to.
No. I don't think. Last I heard, he was like, nope.
He's like,
but that's
never.
Okay, man. It's all good.
Man,
we have you immortalized in that show. It's all good. You did your part. We still love you.
Yeah, I was like itching for a flashback in this episode of maybe something. Yeah. And I thought like we're gonna like at least show the back of Thrawn's head or something, or like give us excited for episode 3 outside of Sabine saying yes to joining. Like that was cool, but I was just like,
it wasn't enough of like,
they gave me like a silhouette or something. Like I don't know.
Well, we know it's coming.
Clearly,
it just went. Now it's like when is he popping up? When is he going to show up?
Now we're like itching for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it's like every episode. Like, are we going to get some? I don't want to say it, but like, what's this next episode 3 going to be? Is it going to be some filler? No. I think this thing is going to be pretty charged up through the whole season.
It's going to be dense.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be dense.
It's going to have to be.
Okay.
It's 8 episodes, and we've not marketed it as a limited series.
Ooh, nice.
It has
like
not
that.
been marketed that way.
Because I think what would work best with all of these, because now Mando can hop into this and this can hop into that. Like since it's all becoming the Filoniverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
like it doesn't necessarily have to continue on this show. It's like the Wizard of Oz. We're picking up another character and moving on. Picking up the next character, moving on,
right.
you know, till we get to Emerald City.
Everybody's gonna get Filoni.
Yeah. Also, oh my god.
Can I bring up a topic here on Force sensitivity and what it means to be Force sensitive now, and midichlorians and what we're doing with that? Is that going away? Are we trying to cut that out? And now it's, as Lauren Romo said, just remember the Force resides in all living things. You just have to be open to it. Kane and Jarrett's line.
Wasn't it
How far does that go, though?
The way that I've thought of it, at least since in this era where we no longer mention midichlorians, with the Jedi and the burning of the Jedi Temple and the death of that entire order, for the most part, a lot of knowledge is lost. A lot is not known about the Jedi. Yeah. I imagine that a lot of things were,
stuff of legends.
A lot of stuff, yes, is not. We've kind of stepped back in time, but we do have people like Huyang that can, but it's just not widespread knowledge anymore. And so much of that was lost, is my impression, just from trying to eliminate the order as a thing,
So here's my theory. If anybody ever read any of the EU, I Jedi, Coron Horn. If anybody ever knew the character Coron Horn, he didn't have a strong affinity for the Force, but he became a Jedi, and actually a pretty good Jedi. And he had ability, like he was good with the lightsaber, but like telekinesis and all that kind of stuff, like just he didn't have the affinity for it. So I guess you would say his Force sensitivity was low.
Like Sabine.
Right. Exactly.
As Yang points out.
There's the other people like Maz and Chirrut. They don't have to be Force users necessarily. If they can tune into it enough.
They open themselves up to it.
Yeah, they open themselves up to it, right? It's enough to where they can feel certain things that other people cannot feel, right? Or like they're open to the whole idea of it, right? Because if you shut yourself off, of course you're not going to do that. I mean, even the Jedi themselves do that. They shut themselves off completely to it, like Luke did,
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's very, very possible. But yeah, I don't want Sabine necessarily to be a Jedi, but I think the whole master and apprentice thing might be more of like Sabine needs that guidance, and she's got the saber, right? Or she's had different sabers to fight with and everything, and I think it just makes her a better character overall.
Yeah,
right. It doesn't have to be that she's going to start, using Force powers here and there. It might just be that she's able to take care of herself and fight, the way she almost did.
But I mean, like, so in my mind, like, you've got Poe Dameron, right? And I've always thought that Poe somehow, when he flies, and like this is like something that he was like, he feels he was born to do. He's a pilot. He's the best pilot in the galaxy. When he's in that cockpit, whether he knows it or not, he's so comfortable and so content in that cockpit that he subconsciously almost opens himself up to the Force. And that's why he's so fucking reactive and so good at what he does, whether he knows it or not. So I feel like people like that, like Han.
Exactly.
It's so lucky all the time. No, he's not. He just is so confident in himself and like he just has this belief that he's going to make it out, that I feel that he opens himself up to the Force.
He lets it guide him. Yeah.
That it guides him.
His reactions. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to remember what was the thing, because we didn't get any more of it. And if we did, please remind me. It was in the comic books where Poe had wasn't it like they have like a Force tree that was planted after his birth? What happened with that?
I don't know.
Because it just kind of went away. I was like, what the hell, dude? It was tied into his story and then it was not.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. I was like, did I miss something?
Lauren just reminded me of a really funny moment with Huyang and Sabine. Remember when Huyang was just straight dropping the T-bombs on her about her?
100%. Like, oh, you were way worse than all of the Padawans I've ever known.
Yeah. He's like, out of all the Padawans I've trained in the galaxy, he's like, no one has had a lower affinity for the Force than you.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That's right.
Also, when Sabine's messing with the droid head, and Hera's like, "No, she's got this." She's like, well, you are a hologram.
Hologram, exactly. What do you got to worry about?
Yeah.
It's like, but that's what I'm talking about. That interaction right there, right? I think it was perfect. The timing. The way it wasn't like it was playing for dumb laughs. It was just you could tell there was chemistry there, and that's where I want them to build from, right? Because I think that's a perfect moment of what we see is possible in the show.
And I was so surprised to see Huyang come back.
I was so happy.
Also, like as a fan of the Clone Wars, as that being my #1 Star Wars, that guy is the fucking bomb.
Yeah,
he's the fucking bomb, and we haven't seen him since Clone Wars. And they bring David Tennant back to voice him, and they bring him back of all of the people. It's perfect idea. If Ahsoka can find Huyang, she has a relationship with him way back to the Clone Wars, from when she's bringing the younglings on their journeys to build their lightsabers to identify people. Huyang's little walking Jedi encyclopedia. My God.
Little humble brag moment. Did you see that shit? Did you see that? I love that moment with the lightsabers where he had his little subtle humble brag where he was like, well, they weren't clear pictures, but I checked my extensive database and was able to decipher the exact
picture
of the lightsabers. No big deal, whatever.
He's only the second Doctor, though, right? That's been on the show, because we had Tom Baker and we've had David Tennant, but I don't think there's been any other voice actors from the Doctor Who series, right?
I don't think so.
Tom Baker was whatchamacallit?
Which
the big creature on Lothal.
The Bendu.
The Bendu, yes.
Oh,
Tom Baker was the Bendu. So he's like this. We've had 2 Doctor Who actors on the shows now.
Also,
I
love that he also has an on-the-nose Star Wars name as Dr. Huyang. Fucking incredible.
Oh my God, that's
fucking incredible. The David Tennant voices Dr. Huyang.
I didn't even think about that. Somebody was saying like what happens if like his programming gets messed up and he ends up coming back and Matt Smith is voicing him. I was like, okay, that's pretty clever. I was like, that'd be freaking cool.
That would be awesome. That would be really funny.
Oh my God.
Matt Smith was supposed to be in T-Rock.
That's true. Right. That's very true. He was supposed to be a young Palpatine, I think, or something was rumored. Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if they shot that shit and it's like some hidden footage
somewhere.
Exactly. Somewhere.
Or was that the Trevorrow like
who knows?
Duel of the Fates. Yeah.
Casting, I wonder.
I lost count. That seemed like I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. Well, I've got my opinions on the sequel trilogy. I love The Last Jedi, everybody. I love it.
It's good.
Top-notch Star Wars movie.
Let's just put it that way. Love it. That's that.
But we love animation. We're here for Star Wars animation.
Yeah, my God. But it was just, you know what, like the thing with this Ahsoka show and the whole Rebels tie-in for me was, now that I've been rewatching Rebels, it just brought back all of these feelings of when we first got Rebels. Like we got Rebels. It was like the the first new thing we got when Disney bought it, right? Yeah. It was just this whole crew that we got to learn about and grow with, and then Ahsoka coming back and just how it was being tied into the rebellion, and now we get none of them throughout the whole original trilogy rebellion era, so we just get their story picked up after. So it's like so crazy to try to piece everything together. But it was really beautiful how they did that moment with Sabine and Ahsoka, like mirror image live action from at the end of Rebels with that time jump they did.
Oh yeah.
Right now, that was like the exact same moment, which was really cool. Loved it. Shut up, Lauren. Don't talk about it.
You're gonna get Dan all agitated here.
Don't talk about it.
He's not gonna sleep tonight, Lauren.
Yeah.
We got to see the silhouette in Mando 3. Grogu saw a Purrgil while they were flying through hyperspace.
All right, buddy. All right. All right.
It's gonna happen.
We know, man.
But if they don't do it by the first season, I'm gonna be heartbroken. You're not on the map, Mike. They were already on the map. They might save the day again, dude.
They're gonna, man. I know.
Here's also another theory I was thinking with the Purrgil. Another Purrgil theory is that they are actually sentient. They're just as smart as humans.
They're sentient, Mark.
When Ezra communicates with them in that episode, he like spoke with it. The Purrgil like put him in a trance to speak with him. And I believe that they're sentient creatures. They are sentient creatures who have passed their knowledge on at one point to teach people how to travel through hyperspace.
That'd be pretty cool. Ezra's pretty good at talking with them aminals, so you know.
Yeah. Like Spock. Captain Gracie is pregnant.
Aminals. I'm an aminal speaker.
Aminals.
I want a Purrgil tattoo so bad. I feel like it's the next thing I need.
Just do it.
Well, you know what? You're not going to be happy until you have a freaking Purrgil plushie, okay? I know that's going to make you happy, and you got to get a whole bunch of them.
He's not going to be.
Get one for the kiddo too.
They don't even make anything. They don't make any Purrgil merch yet. There has not
yet because they haven't been introduced.
Try Etsy, dude. Etsy has the.
Oh, that's right. Somebody on there's gonna have made like a little crochet plushie of it.
To Etsy, I go.
I didn't even think about that. But yes, the Purrgil. We've got so much to look forward to with this Ahsoka episode. We've got 6 episodes left.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just want them to count. Like, just blast me with like stuff. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on. It's like, come on. Just overwhelm me with information.
Put it in a shotgun and shoot my head off with.
Seriously, man.
Climax. Just
come on.
Like, I want the show to go. Dude. And then
I just
there's no peaks and valleys.
You know what I miss? I miss a good Star Wars ugly cry. I haven't had one in a long time. So come on, dude, bring it on.
That's true.
We're good. We can handle it.
Rebels was good for it. Rewatching Rebels before this Ahsoka series was one of the best calls I could have made because it had been a while, and then and like rewatching it and getting to the end, I'm like, there is snot and tears. My entire face is wet. My shirt is wet. What is happening? It's like that kind of cry. It's
breakup tears.
Yeah, for full on breakup tears is exactly what it is. It's like,
every answer said good animation is good animation. I mean, like I was watching the old Yamato series from like the late 70s, the movie that came out. So there's this guy who plays him on Twitch, right? And he was playing the original Japanese movie, right? And it got to the end where like the captain passes away just right when they got to Earth, and I hadn't seen it in forever, and I was sitting here with freaking tears rolling down my eyes because I get so sad that he says goodbye to Earth right as he approaches it, and the man dies right then. I was like, come on.
Not fair.
You know?
Storytellers.
It's like, don't let anybody ever tell you that animation is just for little kids, dude, because you know what? If it's done well, you're going to love it for years.
There are different parts of the world who think otherwise.
Exactly.
Usually like
Japan.
A lot of times with good anime is they mix in some really good music.
Oh God, the music during that scene? Oh,
it's like a piano playing a few keys, like
or just the strings, whatever, and you're just a mess. I have those soundtracks actually. I found them in LA when I was down there. Walked into a random shop in Little Tokyo, and I saw it, and there was a huge gasp that came from the back of the store. It was me. And
it was a huge gasp. Couldn't have been me.
Anyway.
Oh man.
Oh man. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been like in the middle of like a book or something, like a good book that I was like reading, and I'm in like a store. Like a lot of times when I used to go food shopping, I would get real anxious, like just being around all the people, just because everyone annoys me because they just like want to cut me off their freaking cart. So I decided to start wearing headphones. But
like
then
everyone else
I'm listening to like Game of Thrones, right? And Game of Thrones is some brutal shit. and like you get really invested in characters really fast. And when you're listening to this book, and I mean, there were times where I was like, what? Like, in the middle of the store, I'm like, there was something wrong with
and was this at Costco or something?
Staring at socks.
Yeah, like that sample must have been really good.
So those are
I'll have what he's having. My God.
Right, exactly.
So those are knee socks.
Costco is war. When you are in Costco, it is like driving in New York City.
When you are in Costco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like being on Coruscant with all the flying cars flying right by you, and you got to play Frogger. It's like,
oh my God. It is insane in Costco. I've never been to a store with like so many people.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
They leave their manners at the door.
True.
They're just like, please and thank yous. Get the fuck out of here.
Welcome to Costco.
I gotta get my food. But anyway, Ahsoka. All I can say, first 2 episodes, holy shit. For those who have been through Rebels, it was definitely a treat. But for those who haven't seen Rebels, I'm sure they were ready for this, because it's a really risky move to like, I think, like put a show out there expecting people to backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like, you know, I'm not gonna like casual fans like that love the live action stuff but don't want to go watch the animation. I mean, you're gonna have that happen.
Or have the time.
So yeah, it's exactly. So hopefully they do, like Mark was saying, give us some of that good stuff.
Yes.
Give us some of the Ahsoka and Sabine training and
go right to it.
Yeah, man. I need it. Maybe that's what we'll get. Maybe that's what we'll get this episode.
Maybe the first 2 was just like, hey guys,
we're gonna throw you into the shit. Boom. Yeah, we're gonna take a step back.
Players.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. De-age.
Right into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah.
Kick.
Focus swim.
Like I want them traveling to the new galaxy like at the end of this 3rd episode. Like 4th episode, boom, they're there.
Yeah. I hope so.
Hologram Mon Mothra, yeah.
Mothra.
Yeah, it's Mon Mothra, right?
Exactly.
Giant Godzilla engine. It's Mon Mothra. Now heal this town.
I know. I think about that all the time. I used to say it that way too.
That's Mon Mothra. It's fine.
Yeah.
We all know what we're talking about.
I mean, even when I see Half-Moth's name, I think of that. I think of like.
That's good. That was good, Brian.
Godzilla character. Or Mothman. The Mothman.
Godzilla.
So any predictions? 3rd episode. What do you think we'll get?
Hopefully they go to this new galaxy as soon as possible. That's all I can. As a person who doesn't know anything else, that I would like that to happen, please.
Now, my thinking is with that giant fucking hyperspace ring, I think also a ship is going to go in the middle of that and combine its hyperspace drives with the hyperspace drive to make it a super hyperspace drive. Right.
Thank you, Exhibit.
Yeah. And I'm also thinking that shut up.
Pimp my ride, Ghost Edition.
Do we think that like with them going, one of our people are gonna sneak up on there and sneak on stowaway on board and travel on their ship to get there? Like how are
I could see that happen. I mean,
how are our
rebels? It's a
gonna
combination of things. Yeah, they that might be one way of doing it. But yeah, I mean that's just it, right?
They track the ship, so they're obviously going to go after it, and they're gonna have to. I think they're going to sneak on board.
We'll see.
And one last question.
Yes.
Another galaxy, right? Is the Force the same in every other galaxy, or if this is some Night Sister shit, right?
What other is it a Force?
Are the Night Sisters from this other galaxy, and is that why they have a different tune to the Force with their magic? Like, is that gonna you know how like they use the Force? It's really a lot different. You see the way even in
sorcery,
whatchamacallit, the Force, the game that just came out, right?
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor. I can't think. Oof. With her, Marin, like she was just like teleporting. I want to know how she does that. I've never seen Jedi teleport.
Game.
Yeah, she is a video game character.
Yeah, but I mean,
spooky bitches do wild things. The spooky
we've seen Night Sisters do some crazy shit, like turn invisible. Or Dooku, you know what I mean? Like they've got a different way they use the Force for their magic, and I'm wondering if maybe it has to do with them being from another galaxy.
It happens in our galaxy too, and then Drax does it, and so does John Cena, and they turn invisible. So
Apple
John Cena.
Your time is up. My time is now.
Oh my god!
You can't even see me. My time is now.
Oop. I see Rob here saying Jason Sindula.
Oh cool. My God.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time. They have the little Lego figure of the little dude, so.
I know. And his hair is the same.
Oh, poor kid. Poor kid.
Anyway, I'm excited to see what he's going to be, because he's going to be older.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. Look whose son he is. So is he going to be Force sensitive?
Oh, hell yeah.
Does he become Ezra's apprentice if he comes back?
Oh.
Wouldn't that be cool? He teaches Kanan's son. He gets to return the favor.
No.
Dude, okay. I'm just saying.
No, Mark, why you got
those Mark with those arrows again?
Why you gotta fuck me up like that? Oh, no.
Wouldn't that be awesome, right? That'd be so perfect. They would become full circle, and he goes, I'm going to teach you what your dad taught me. Yeah. It'd be so cool.
God damn, what an idea that is. Shit.
What the fuck? God damn it, Mark. I didn't even think of that.
Oh, no.
It'd be cool to see if they do it.
But who trained him? Is he off with Luke right now? Maybe?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, Aaron may have been like, I don't want to teach him that stuff. Like, he might be a little afraid after what happened, after what she's seen happens to the Force users that have been around her, And
I would be a tad hesitant.
Not to mention that you have Inquisitors who are still searching out these folks that are Force sensitive. So Hera may have been guarding him for that reason. So there's that. I mean, I hope they address all these things, because these are important things. There are threads that were left over from the show.
Yeah, and I mean, if Jason ended up going to Luke's school, Kylo would have killed him anyway.
Well, there's that.
But man, what a show. We had a great time tonight. I'm excited for episode 3. I hope we all can get together again for the rewatch. Claire, we had a great time.
I missed it. I'm so mad.
Can make it.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
If not, we'll be back here next week to talk all about episode 3. And some other stuff that is going down, some games coming out, and other news. But I knew that this episode, sorry, Mike, I know. Dude. I just know that these two episodes, this premiere was going to take up the whole episode.
No, it's cool. It's just like, they're getting me started on games right now.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
You've been playing Armored Core, and I know it's been taking a lot out of you.
Yeah.
I got into the green room.
Poor Rogue.
Mike's like, this is hard.
This is so fucking hard. I'm stuck at the final. I'm stuck at the boss that ends the first chapter.
I'm starting to learn that From Software fans
they don't like
are
people.
Masochists.
Yeah, they don't like
pain. You don't like yourselves enough to just want to beat
and then
games.
There's another game next week, and then another game the following week, and then
God damn.
I know there's so much money, just money.
You didn't really want to have that, did you?
Starfield is going to be the best. I can't wait, baby. Starfield. We've got all kinds of good stuff.
Go explore a universe, nerd.
Go find the Grisk out there,
Yeah.
Speaking of, Mike, you want to tell everybody where they can find you and the new time and day?
Well, I can.
Yeah.
You can find me here every Sunday, 9 p.m. EST for Shooting the Poodoo. And you can find me every Wednesday now going forward. Day with that Wednesday now, Wu-Tang. What are you doing, Dad? Relax. Again, finally every Wednesday for Broaxium. That's a floor dash. Watch your step _ gaming. And man, we are at the very end of God of War Ragnarok. We have beaten the final boss. Dan's face has exploded.
I can't believe there's more game.
There's
more game.
There's a little bit more left, and we're gonna try to get that done for you.
Yeah,
Odin's game is just massive. Yes, we punched Odin with our god fists.
It was awesome.
He gone now. So
isn't Odin played by the guy who was like?
He's the guy that gets killed on the toilet.
No, but Toby, what's his name from the West Wing?
Yeah,
he does the voice of Odin, if I remember correctly. Richard Schiff.
Richard Schiff is his face.
Yeah. It's Toby from the West Wing.
He's so good too. Yeah, he's
Odin's like a mob boss. It's great.
Yeah, it's so good, man. He acts like
I just remember that right now.
He acts like a mob. And Bertier from Remember the Titans is Thor.
Is Thor, and he's great. The voice acting of Thor is
the voice acting in this game is like
the acting in the game.
I'll play it one day.
I just haven't loaded it up.
And I was like,
me and Mike,
I suggest almost every weekend to my fiance because we have to play it together. Because now we both want to. I can't play ahead, and I'm like, we should start God of War.
Do that's not that,
and then other things happen, and then
it's a cinematic experience.
I know. No, we need to get on it.
Playing a show.
I know.
That's how good it is.
We're done with Game of Thrones now, so maybe we
take your shoes off, comb your hair, play the game.
I'll get on it.
Brock is the best.
Brock,
so much. There was a lot of heavy moments. The second one, I'm telling you, the first one's good. The second one is just like just what the fuck. Like I don't understand. I don't understand how they made it much better than the first one.
And it's still some more left. And once all that's done, then it's Dan's turn here to play Last of Us.
Finish. And, we're gonna finish it. Yeah,
we're gonna finish it. And if Claire, if you ever want to jump in to hang out with us when we play Last of Us, since
Wednesday
you know
nights,
about it,
9 o'clock.
I'm not gonna lie, I just might have to, especially because you're getting towards the end. I will literally just be sitting there going,
"Yeah,
I gotta gain my composure back for my stealth."
Yeah, you do. That clip is so good. Yeah, but Claire, you can find me there Wednesdays 9 EST.
Hell yeah!
Stay tuned for eventually we're going to do Broaxium After Dark, where it will be extended in more than an hour. Like maybe
I think we're gonna try to we're gonna try to do that like once a month to start off to see how I could adjust. Hopefully, maybe.
And we'll probably just have someone as a rotating guest just to sit with us in there to make it spicy. Make it a little spicy. Just throw a little chipotle peppers in there. Yeah. But you can find us with that going forward. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. Claire, we got going on.
You can obviously catch me here Sunday night shooting the Poodoo. What's up? You can catch me doing quick shots of Broaxium for the old Dr. Aphra comic. And I gotta say, this recent issue was steamy. So go pick that up just because Dr. Aphra doesn't miss. She doesn't miss. And you can catch me on the Imperial Senate Pod. It's always so damn good.
I still think she's going to be the first person to show up live action.
You can't get my hopes up.
Yeah, I wonder
because I will die.
Yes,
I will die.
I think she's the move.
She is the move. Yeah. I want her to have her own
she's
Indiana
the Miles Morales
Jones
of all this.
show. I want her to just go and cause chaos and find old artifacts and fuck shit. And then find me on your Imperial Senate Podcast. Follow me everywhere at C-Stribs. We're good. We're doing more games. So I think this week I'm gonna try and finish Jack and Daxter.
Let me know so I can tune in and be like, go, get the eggs.
Yeah, the Adventures of Dr. Aphra would be an amazing live action Star Wars series. Where it's structured like Indiana Jones in space.
Because it would be fun, right? It doesn't even have to tie into everything just yet. It could just be its own fun adventure.
Just like just like each episode she goes on, tries to find some new, artifact or whatever, gets like caught up in some crazy shit.
You imagine if they put her like as a cliffhanger season ender for for anything, like boom,
wild.
And the best,
honestly, like, or give her to me an animation. Do like a Harley Quinn style crazy, like animated Dr. Ephra. I'm here for that too.
But the best part is she would be perfect for new viewers too, because even though she's got a comic book, you wouldn't have to be like, oh, you got to read these comic books to find out who she is.
Not at all.
You'd be able to make you'd be able to make a show where everyone can jump right on board with her.
Yep. You get to know who that girl is right away.
It's up to like Afra and the High Republic to be like, boom, this is from the comics. This is now a thing.
So good.
Check it out. That type of stuff. So.
And Mark, where can everyone find you?
You can find me here, of course, on Sunday evenings and on Twitter and Instagram at I am El Diablito.
Nice. You can find me at StayOnTarget42 with Michael Wednesdays now. Wednesdays, because we had to change it because of Ahsoka dropping at 9 o'clock on Tuesday.
and it's just better for us too.
Yeah, it is, because it's actually Julie's like late night at work. She doesn't get home till like 8:30, and I'm like with the baby, so I can't do anything the whole time. So it's like maddening trying to prepare for Broxium Gaming and having like maybe 15 minutes. But yeah, Wednesday nights here, Sunday nights 9 o'clock. We'll be talking episode 3 next week and some more nerd news. And we always thank everybody in the chat for joining us and putting all of your input out there. I'm sure all of you guys love the Ahsoka show, so we'll have plenty to talk about next week. And man, I can't wait to see some freaking Virgo. And we love you guys. May the Force be with you.
No way.
Hey.